Welcome to the Stronger with Age podcast, because aging is just the beginning.
Okay.
So have you ever had this happen?
Yeah.
You walk into a senior's home, and it's like stepping into, I don't know, a spa or something.
Like a Zen garden.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so peaceful, and everything is just so organized. It's like they've got this secret system going on. It makes you wonder, how do they do it?
Right, right. Like, what's their secret? Are they all part of some secret society of tidiness that we just don't know about?
Exactly. Well, that's what we're going to dive into today. We're going to be looking at the habits and organizational tips that seniors are using to keep their homes so clean and organized. We've got some cool stuff lined up, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got some insights from YouTube channels, where seniors share their routines. And we've also got expert advice from senior care websites like VOCIC, Caring Senior Service, even Griswold, care.com, Always Best Care, you name it.
Wow, we really did our homework on this one.
Oh, absolutely. And we're even tapping into some wisdom from senior living communities like Westminster Oaks. It's like getting a sneak peek into their organizational playbook.
That's awesome. So basically, if you're thinking about your future, or maybe you're helping a loved one, or even if you're just curious about how to create a more manageable living space, this is for you.
Yeah, exactly. And don't worry, we're not going to drown you in a sea of tips and tricks.
It's no information overload here.
Exactly. We're all about those actionable strategies that you can actually use. So our mission today is to distill all this info down into something that you can actually use. We'll talk about those everyday habits that make a difference and those cool organizational hacks that make life easier and, of course, how to adjust as we age.
Right, because things change and we need to be ready for that.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in. One thing that really stood out to me, especially from those Golden Years YouTube videos, is the idea of tidying up before bed. Just taking a few minutes to put things back in place, do the dishes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like resetting for the next day. I like that.
Right. And some folks even mentioned lighting a candle. Just creating a sense of calm before bed.
Oh, I love that idea. Like a little ritual to wind down. It's not just about the cleaning, it's about setting the mood, right?
Exactly. And think about it. Waking up to a clean space. That's got to be a good feeling, right? No clutter to stress you out first thing in the morning.
Definitely. It's like giving yourself a little head start on the day. And honestly, it probably prevents those little messes from turning into big ones.
Oh, absolutely. It's funny. One of the Golden Years videos mentioned this retired chef, and his thing was always sweeping up after cooking. It's like this clean as you go philosophy.
I like that. Makes a lot of sense. Like wipe down the counter after you make a sandwich, put the book back on the shelf. Little things, but they add up.
Right. And it becomes a habit. That they also talked a lot about morning routines, making the bed, opening the windows to let in some fresh air, maybe even tackling the dishwasher while sipping your coffee.
Sounds nice, actually. Getting those things done early sets you up for a good day, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And it creates this sense of structure, which I think is especially important as we get older. Speaking of structure, VOCIC.com recommends creating a checklist of daily, weekly, and even monthly cleaning tasks, so you don't forget anything.
Yeah, I can see how that would be helpful. It's like a roadmap to keep you on track.
Exactly. But, no matter how great our routines are, there's always this one thing that creeps in: clutter.
Ah, yes, the enemy of all tidy homes.
Right. And it's interesting, both Golden Years and some listener feedback we call it our Eingefichter text, they both stress this idea of continuous decluttering.
So not just that big spring cleaning once a year, but more of a regular check-in with your stuff.
Yeah. It's about asking yourself, do I really need this? Or have I used this in the last, 5 years?
Right. And I think as we age, our priorities shift. You start to focus on what truly matters and let go of the things that don't. There's this one in, one out rule that some people use.
Oh, yeah. What's that about?
So basically, if you get something new, like a new sweater, you get rid of an old one. It keeps the clutter from piling up.
Oh, that's a good one. And speaking of getting rid of things, having a donation box ready to go is genius. No more excuses. But, decluttering can be tough, especially when there are emotional attachments involved.
Oh, absolutely. Caring Senior Service and care.com, they both talked about this. Our stuff can hold so many memories, you know?
It's true. So how do we deal with that?
Well, one suggestion was to take photos of sentimental items. That way you keep the memory without the clutter. And sometimes it helps to think about it in terms of safety, clearing pathways to prevent falls.
That's a good point. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about creating a safe environment. And of course, involving seniors in the process is so important. It's their home, their stuff.
Exactly. It's about respecting their autonomy. Griswold actually suggests using a keep, donate, discard system. And if you're really on the fence about something, there's the maybe pile.
Oh, the dreaded maybe pile. What happens to that?
Well, they suggest a 90-day rule. If you haven't touched it in 3 months, it's probably time to let it go.
Makes sense. And decluttering has so many benefits. Not just safety, but also easier navigation around the home, less stress, and improved accessibility.
It's true. It makes everything so much easier. Caring Senior Service talked about the challenges of downsizing. Moving from a larger home to a smaller one can be overwhelming.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just about sorting through stuff. It's about letting go of a part of your life. It requires a lot of patience and understanding. And it's important to acknowledge that for some, the struggle with clutter might be more serious.
Right, like hoarding tendencies.
Yeah,
Caring Senior Service emphasizes that professional help might be needed in these cases.
it's important to be sensitive and supportive. So let's say we've decluttered. Now, how do we make sure everything stays organized?
Well, VOCIC.com, Griswold, and our Eingefichter text all agree on this one. Everything in its place and a place for everything. It's about designating specific spots for things you use frequently, like keys, your phone, medications. Oh, I'm terrible at that. I'm always losing my keys. It's so frustrating.
I know, right? But imagine if you always knew where they were. And another thing that came up a lot was the idea of focusing on high traffic areas first. Like keep your kitchen counters clear, your living room floor clutter-free.
Oh, yeah. Golden Years talked about that. It creates the illusion of order, even if things are a bit messier in other areas.
Exactly. Strategic cleaning and storage solutions are your friend here. Baskets, bins, especially clear ones so you can see what's inside. And don't forget label.
Oh, labels are a lifesaver, especially if you're starting to forget where you put things.
Right. And Westminster Oaks talked about using multi-purpose furniture with built-in storage. Great for smaller spaces. And think about accessibility too. VOCIC.com suggests keeping frequently used items within easy reach, like at hip level.
Makes sense. No need to be climbing on step stools.
Exactly. It's about adapting to your needs. Caring Senior Service and Golden Years also suggested creating zones for different activities, like a reading corner or a crafting space. Yeah, I love that. Keeps everything contained. And don't forget about vertical space. Shelves, stackable bins, anything to maximize storage.
Absolutely. Every inch counts. And seriously, you can never have too many labels, especially if your eyesight isn't what it used to be.
Care.com mentioned that too. And those assistive tools, like Reachers and Lazy Susans, can make a world of difference.
Oh, yeah. And Care.com also suggested a portable file for important documents. Keeps everything organized and easy to find.
Love it. So we've decluttered and organized, but what about the actual cleaning? Golden Years had some great advice about breaking down tasks into smaller chunks. Like instead of trying to clean the whole house in one go, do a 15-minute power clean in one room.
Yeah, little and often, right? It feels less overwhelming that way. And keeping cleaning supplies handy in each room makes it easier to just grab and go.
Like those cleaning caddies they show on TV. And it's okay to ask for help. VOCIC.com, care.com, and Always Best Care all talked about delegating tasks or even hiring a cleaning service.
Especially for those bigger jobs, like deep cleaning the oven or the carpets.
Right. It frees up your time and energy for other things. And speaking of things that need attention, Care.com reminded us to fix anything that's broken, like a leaky faucet or a loose doorknob.
It's those little things that can make a big difference in how you feel about your home.
Absolutely. And laundry, oh, laundry. It never ends. Golden Years stressed the importance of sticking to a regular laundry schedule.
Wash it, fold it, put it away. Keeps those piles from taking over.
Exactly. And let's not forget those seasonal chores like changing air filters and washing windows.
Yeah, Golden Years mentioned those too. Important for a healthy home.
Yeah.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about safety, especially for seniors. Griswold and Care.com both emphasize removing hazards like loose cords and slippery rugs.
Yeah, simple things like cord organizers and non-slip mats can make a big difference in preventing falls. And you know what else is important? Checking for expired food.
Oh, yeah, Care.com pointed that out. No one wants to discover a science experiment in the back of the fridge.
Exactly. And using non-slip mats in the bathroom is crucial. VOCIC.com had some great advice about choosing cleaning tools designed for senior safety, like lightweight vacuums and long-handled brushes.
And they reminded us to wear non-slip shoes and avoid climbing on things. Use a grabber tool instead of a step stool.
Much safer.
Yeah.
VOCIC.com also talked about going green with cleaning products, using vinegar and baking soda.
Good for the environment and your health.
Right. And don't forget to check those smoke and carbon monoxide detectors regularly.
Absolutely. Essential safety checks. VOCIC.com also had some good reminders about taking breaks while cleaning, keeping mobility aids clean, and wearing protective gear if needed.
It's all about taking care of yourself. So we've talked about a lot of practical stuff, but let's not forget about the mindset behind a clean and organized home. Golden Years talked about how cleaning can actually be a form of self-care, taking pride in your home, creating a peaceful environment.
Yeah, it's not just a chore, it's about creating a space you love.
Exactly. And putting on some music or listening to an audiobook while you clean can make it more enjoyable. And our Eingefichter text emphasized the importance of a positive attitude, viewing cleaning as an act of care rather than a burden.
I like that. It's a shift in perspective. And lastly, let's talk about seeking support when you need it. Caring Senior Service and Westminster Oaks both highlighted the importance of asking for help from family and friends.
Sometimes we just need an extra set of hands. And Caring Senior Service also suggested considering a professional organizer, especially if you're facing bigger challenges.
They can provide expert guidance and support. Care.com also gave us some red flags to watch out for, signs that someone might need more help than they're letting on, like a decline in personal hygiene or an inability to find things.
Those are definitely important things to be aware of, and communication is key. Care.com stressed the importance of talking openly about support needs and creating a network of people you can rely on.
Right, it takes a village sometimes. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, it's clear that maintaining a clean and organized home as we age is about more than just appearances.
It's about creating a safe, comfortable, and supportive environment that enhances our well-being.
And it's not about perfection. It's about finding what works for you and making those small, consistent efforts that add up over time.
Exactly. So here's something to think about. What's one little habit you could start today to bring more order and calm into your life? And how might that change positively impact you as you age?
It could be as simple as making your bed every morning or clearing off your kitchen counter before bed.
It's about taking those small steps and seeing where they lead you.
You might be surprised at the difference they make.
Okay, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this deep dive. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes. Bye.